A Passionate Frequency. Album Statement. February 21st, 2026, 10 p.m. Perhaps, to some, my life appears perfect. Music career on the rise. A young 29-year-old gentleman with undimmable ambition, boundless talent, uncontainable passion, seemingly in conspiracy with the universe towards his imminent success. And yes, all that is true, I'm grateful. But there are sides unseen. The side that's working through the dissonance that stems from growing up in a fragmented family, from a vacant dad-son relationship, from distant sibling bonds and childhood traumas, from having the ground constantly pulled from underneath, trying to find peace in the chaos of a denied identity. The side that's doing all this deep work without the convenient crutch of alcohol and drugs. Just you, your thoughts, a slow crackling campfire in your mind. And seated around this fire are all the various versions of you from your childhood up to the person writing this now, holding court, taking turns to strip themselves bare in front of the others, laying out their deepest wounds, hoping that somehow this heals them, and the ripple effect goes around the fire, purging the chaos away. No more monkey mind. A divine return to stillness. And look, there's still more sides. The side that, through all the aforementioned factors, is searching for abundance and prosperity through a music career that hasn't fully panned out yet. A career that at times feels like grasping through dense, foggy gray, not knowing whether you're coming or going or if there's any motion at all. The side that's dealing with the palpable pressure of people around seemingly living their best lives and progressing, hitting major life milestones. And here I am, turning 30, still living at home, dreaming about so many firsts. My first car, if you must know, the Audi RS7 or the Mercedes E-Class keeps me up at night. I know, delusional, right? My first of many trips overseas to visit my bucket list locations. Nice, Kyoto, Spain, Cape Town, Ghana, Lagos, New York, Chicago, Texas, Toronto. So many places I'd love to see and perform at, hopefully to sold out venues. I need dog ears on my passport. My first house, my first piece of land, my first time climbing Kilimanjaro or Everest or both. My first magazine cover, my first collaboration with Drake and J. Cole, so many firsts. So many firsts. The side that's coming to terms with the music industry being a very cold and emotionally vacant realm. The people, most people here are plastic, and most bonds are mirage-like. Energy is cold, and sometimes straight up toxic. In one way or another, you will experience backstabbing. Crabs in a bucket type of mentality. Everyone's out for themselves. And the craziest part is, can you even blame them? Am I not moving through this game with my best interest as my foremost concern? Or maybe it isn't even fair to blame it on the music industry. Maybe this is just life. Maybe this is adulting. And you just have to take it like a champ. Hold your head high and forge on ahead, soldier. Believing to a point of delusion that your breakthrough is just around that elusive corner. Write another 16, write another hook, and you're there. You're there. Showtime, baby.
Noma bataroga na kilami sana. Marafaka kosha sana na jana katalila. Marafaka kujibu sana. Maybe I should. Sana, man. Kujibu sana. Hey, yo, my name is Jakk Quill. I'm here tonight to support this lovely, lovely young lady, hella talented. This is her night. This is her spotlight. Love for you, for real. Love you, baby. You beat, you beat.
And so, to sum it all up, A Passionate Frequency isn't an album about all this. A Passionate Frequency is an album despite all this. The title was delivered to me on the morning of October 27th, 2025. For a while, I wasn't even sure I was working on album number 4. I just knew that I had a bunch of dope music but no conceptual direction in mind. Then, after a while, when I'd crossed that threshold and I was sure that I was working on an album, I had no idea what I wanted to call it. I'd been racking my mind for a while, trying to find a name that aptly embodies the album's energy, the phase, the life phase I was in. So as soon as APF was channeled to me that morning, I remember I literally sprang up from bed and wrote it down before the signal dissipated. Shout out to Elizabeth Gilbert. It immediately felt right. I felt grounded. I finally had an album title, a conceptual true north to guide me from that point onwards. Now, if you're really Feather Gang, then you already know about the Passion 1 and 2. And if you don't, no harm done. Just please pause this now and go play that shit. They're only accessible on my YouTube. I'll wait. And I hope you subscribed as well. So how the idea for the Passion came about was that because of one or a combination of all the aforementioned sides, I remember I found myself feeling very soul-drained creatively. I felt jaded beyond imagination by this whole music thing. My passion for it felt greatly compromised. I lacked the necessary fire to make a simple drum loop, to sit through sessions, to sit in that divine stillness and dive inwards, channel a dope 16, write a tight hook, make a single EQ or compressor tweak on my ongoing projects. I just wasn't there. I've been doing music for over a decade now. It's all raging fire and uncaged youthful ambition and fun when you're starting out, but no one tells you how, after doing something for a long enough period, something that you truly love and you're truly passionate about, no matter the level of love and passion you harbor for this thing, if the fruits from it don't match your expectations and projections after a certain period, that thing that you love so much, it can turn into the noose around your neck. The Passion 1 was me throwing myself a creative lifeline. It was me trying to make something so insanely, undeniably dope, most of all to myself, that my passion for music got resuscitated. Not that I hadn't done that before, I had, but maybe that was the problem. Maybe through constantly holding myself accountable to a high level of quality in my creative output, and not really seeing the results that I anticipated, maybe I had inadvertently burnt out my creative dopamine receptors. It's almost as if I'd become numb to my own dopeness. To use one of my favorite pop culture colloquialisms currently, I had grown tired of peak. So I locked in, and the Passion 1 is what came out of that effort. It did the job, and my passion was reignited, thank God. Even though I didn't know it at the time, these were the early seeds of A Passionate Frequency coming to life. This album for me represents a muting of all the noise from the tumultuous waves of life. Maybe I'll feel differently as time goes by, but as of now, I truly feel like out of all my bodies of work, I've fought for APF the most. Mentally, energetically, spiritually, even. I had to truly quieten my mind and make sure that my channels stayed clear enough to receive that ever present eternal source frequency. I feel like a passionate frequency has made me fall even deeper in love with my art, more than I already was. And Feather Gang, you know me, I was already way too deep as it was. I don't half-ass shit. If I'm in it, I'm in it. That's just my nature. So imagine how I feel about it now. I obviously have plenty of thoughts. I could talk to you guys for hours on here. I have plenty of thoughts about the music itself, but I'll reserve those because I want to give you, my dear listeners, a blank canvas to form your own thoughts and opinions about the work. A Passionate Frequency 2026, dropping soon. Quill to the motherfucker world, nigga. Quill.